All right, hey, what's up, Pickleball Warriors? Good to see you here. Hey, it's Brian, and I'm back with another episode. Sorry, it's been a little while, but if you remember, I told you I was going to be doing some traveling soon, and we did it. We got back from our 7-day Alaskan cruise. So if you haven't guessed by now, we're going to be talking about pickleball travel. If you've never done this before, or if you've never taken a cruise before and thought about pickleball in the same sentence, I'm going to hopefully change your mind and give you some good information. First, I want to give a shout out to Tony, my man over at La Lita Loca YouTube channel. Tony has been a great inspiration to me. His channel is awesome. He's a super positive guy, super energetic, and all he talks about is cruising, but the way he goes about it and the enthusiasm he has when he shares with everybody, just such a great person. I haven't got to meet Tony yet, but hey, Tony, this is a shout out. If you ever want to meet up on a cruise, buddy, we're down with it. And my wife and I, we've cruised quite a bit. We love cruising. We're Royal Caribbean cruisers, and we're loyal to Royal, as they say. And I'm going to start out by telling you a little bit about the trip, so you can get an idea of what we did, where we went. This was a 7-day Alaskan cruise on a ship called the Quantum of the Seas, named for the class of ship it is. It's a Quantum class ship. It's a big ship, 1,142 feet long, approximately 169,000 tons. So huge honking ship. This thing holds approximately 4,180 passengers and about 1,500 crew members. That gives you a 2.6 to 1 person ratio on passengers versus crew. So if you haven't figured this out yet, cruise ships are greatly known for their service that they give to their customers. And for Royal Caribbean, I would say that is abundantly true. We have never had a bad cruise. We've never had a bad crew person experience with their service or anything. We just love them to death. So let me tell you a little bit more about the ship, the dining experiences. There are 12 different dining experiences on these ships, or on this particular class of ship. You have the main dining room included, of course, which gives you your 4 or 5 course meals every night if you choose to eat that way. The Windjammer, which is their cafeteria style eating, which is a little bit faster eating experience, and has just all kinds of different foods, American foods, ethnic foods. There's something up there for everyone, and there's always a dessert for everyone, as I like to say. Cakes, cookies, ice creams, pies, tarts, torts. You have to go check it out. I mean, there's just so much. I'm getting hungry now talking about it. We better move on. Then the activities areas. On this ship, they have this great big giant area called the Seaplex. It's 2.5 stories tall, and I don't know how wide, but it's got basically room on the floor to have 3 pickleball courts indoors, which means no wind, no glare from the sun because the windows are tinted, and you have an awesome area that's a non-slip floor where the ball, it bounces really well. They use an outdoor ball, and you just have a ton of fun. Every day on the schedule, they have time, 2 to 3 hours for pickleball. They have their own paddles and balls. We travel with ours always. Always bring a paddle if you got one, because you'll have a better experience with your own paddle. And they generally have some classes where they teach people and show them the ropes and the basics. They had 2 teaching times on this particular trip, so it was nice to get in there and the people already knew what to do. But on past trips, I'll tell you what, we've taken some time out of our day and shown people and explained them how to play the sport, the rules, and the general strategy. And just that little bit of time, it makes it so much more enjoyable for everybody. And they'll remember you for taking that time. And then you've also just helped increase the sport of pickleball, because when they go home, hopefully they're going to go find their local courts and maybe bring some other friends and introduce them to the game as well. And that's what we're all about here on Pickleball, is bringing the sport to life for everybody, making it enjoyable for everybody, and enhancing everybody's game whenever possible. So a little bit more about the Seaplex. They have so much in there. They have soccer, basketball, laser tag, bumper cars. Yeah, that's right, bumper cars. They set up this arena. It's the same area. It's already set up for it. and then they turn the lights down. They've got disco lights going. They've got music going. They've got this guy who's on a DJ platform, and it floats over the floor sometimes, and it's just like crazy what's going on in there. Dodgeball. Plus, they have other activities. This thing is. I'm going to give you 3 reasons why we stay loyal to Royal. It has a little bit to do with how we enjoy our vacation experience, but I'm just going to give them to you quick. One is service. They always have great service. They meaning Royal Caribbean spends a lot of time training their staff to make sure that everyone enjoys their trip. And pretty much, within reason, you ask them for anything, they're going to help you do it or help you find it or get it for you. I can give you one example on this trip because my wife is nursing her knee a little bit from playing a lot of pickleball. We asked our room steward to please have ice in our room every day about 10:30, so that when we come back, she would have it right there ready to go to ice her knee, and we wouldn't have to spend a lot of time looking for it, getting it set up, and then finally getting to ice her knee and then enjoy the rest of our day. And he did it. LeVar with Quantum of the Seas, our room steward, was awesome. Number 2, the itineraries or the places they go. We really enjoy where our ships go on Royal Caribbean. We generally travel in the Caribbean. We stay down for the sun and the beaches and just enjoy all of our time doing that. We do some scubaing, some snorkeling, do some land adventures, but for the most part, it's about where we're going to go and how much sun we're going to see. Generally in those winter months, we get away from the Midwest and we want to go enjoy some warm weather on a beach somewhere and keep our tan up. So the places they go and the cost. I challenge you to figure out any land-based vacation, including, you talk about your fuel, you talk about where you're going to stay, your entertainment, and your food. You put all those together and divide it by how many days your trip was, and I can just about guarantee you that the cost of a cruise is going to be less than half per person. That's one of the big reasons why we cruise a lot, is because we get the most value for the buck on these cruises. They're amazing. Number 3, they're consistent quality of entertainment. What do I mean by that? So every trip we go on, they have a main show or like a Broadway style show, like a water show or an ice show. And then they have other venues with music on the ship. And some venues have music and dancing. Some venues have music and singing, where like there's a piano bar where the guy or the gal sits down and they sing all kinds of crazy songs. Fantastic time. Now, in this particular ship, they had a place called the Rock Music Hall, which was a 2-story venue and had a great big stage and a great big dance floor. They played different trivia games in there, and then they had different rock bands in there doing different genres. I believe they had an 80s party in there this time, which was a lot of fun, a lot of great music. Quality entertainment. Now, those are just 3 of the reasons that we're loyal to Royal. Loyal to cruising in general, but especially Royal Caribbean. We've had such a great experience with them, and we will be going back again. But now back to the pickleball. Planning your pickleball trips can be really, really easy or really, really hard. We do a lot of TripAdvisor research, Yelp reviews, watch a lot of YouTube, like my friend Tony from La Lita Loca. We really enjoy his channel. And there's a couple other cruise channels out there, but we enjoy these the most. They give us the best insight. And one great benefit is if you're looking for someone to help you plan a trip, Tony's wife, the beautiful JenniB, if you can check them out on their channel, there's a link to get a hold of her and she can help you plan a trip. And planning one of these trips the first time can be a little scary. So listen to her. She'll give you some great advice and she'll book you a great trip for a great price. And no, this is not sponsored at all. I don't know Tony. I'm just a huge fan of his. And like I say, I appreciate his channel. I'm encouraging you guys to get out there and find your pickleball travel that you can do and just enjoy, number one, the game we all love, and as well as getting out and seeing the world. So hey guys, one last thing I want to say about the cruising and land experiences and what they call excursions on this trip to Alaska was we went whale watching. Whale watching, if you've never done it before, I mean, you see pictures on wildlife channels or National Geographic or whatever, but it's just not the same until you're in person. So we went on 2 separate excursions on boats. One was a private boat with just me and my family. We had about 6 of us in our party, and we got to experience seeing these whales up close, seeing them surface, and then fluke was what they call it when they flip their tail up and dive down. and it's just amazing. It's so majestic. These animals are so huge and beautiful and gentle all at the same time. And then we saw mothers with their calves. We saw a pod of about 10 whales one time, and they were all just up and down and playing, and just amazing. We got to see bear. We got to see some sea otters, sea lions, harbor seals, just all different kinds of wildlife. Black bear, brown bear. It was quite the experience, guys. Just can't tell you enough about when you go on these trips and all these opportunities you get to see things that you'll never see again. We did a few other things while we were there, and we went to a couple different places. We went to Ketchikan, which my hat's from. We went to Sitka, Alaska, and we went to Juneau, Alaska. And these are all 3 islands of Alaska. They're not actually on the mainland. So they have to take a boat or a plane to get there. And I'm so glad we did this experience, and I can't wait to try and do it again. A lot of history there, guys, a lot more to learn, but that was just part of the experience I want to make sure I shared with you. So hope you enjoyed this. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. Share your comments with me down below. Give me a like and subscribe, and tell me if you've done any other interesting pickleball travel in your day, and maybe we'll share that on another episode. But we are going to do some more pickleball travel experiences probably in a few more months here. We're planning on an all-inclusive land-based trip that's going to be at a resort that has 8 pickleball courts. We're going to play so much pickleball, and we're probably going to have a few drinks while we're out there. But that is just another type of fun experience that we're going to have, and I can't wait to share it with you guys. So, like I said, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Leave me your comments. Share this with your friends. And I'll see you here next time if I don't see you on the courts. Thanks, everybody.